Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Show You More, the show that brings you all of the latest ASUS products. And of course, today we're going to be covering the dream, one of my favorite products of all, which is the ASUS ZenBook Pro Duo 2021. So it's the UX582, and it's really important because we've done more than just one, not two, but three videos on the ZenBook Pro Duo, and of course this is the 2021 version that has gone through the test of time to have arrived to this version. So this is where the laptop is, but let's cover what is in the box. So we kind of took out because I just really wanted to hold it in my hand before we go further. So let's just cover what's in the box right here. We've got the power adapter, which we all know. We also have a laptop sleeve, and okay, that's about it. And we also have the new foldable stand that goes with your ZenBook Pro Duo. So I like that they keep it small, light, and is easily packed. So you got the stand right here, and also instructions on how to do it. So you got like 1, 2, 3, 4, how to fold it so that you can use it on the go. Alright, so now that we've taken out the laptop sleeve, you can take a quick look. It's really close to like a dark navy blue, near to black kind of design color, but I really like the fact that if you take a really close look on the stitching on the side, I think having this subtle little bronze rose gold kind of feel accentuates the, I would say, very modern professional look that I'm trying to go for, especially when you're going to go with such a beautiful little laptop. So of course, you're going to have a beautiful sleeve that goes well with the design. So big props, it comes with the laptop. So we have our power brick right here. No, nice. Once again, you know, a pretty nice, good size, good weight, 240 watts out of this baby, because you'll be going to power 2 different screens at the same time. So you're going to need quite a bit amount of juice of electricity to pump it up in order to get this beautiful baby going. On top of it, we also have a wonderful GPU that goes with this laptop. Not to mention, once again, a decent amount of length for your power brick. So I think you get about almost a meter out of this. So that's great. So if you're on the go, you need to go to a cafe to work, this is pretty much all you need. It gives you about like half a meter on the power cord on the adapter side, and it gives you about another meter from the power cord side. So you're gonna get about 1.5 meters of distance. And sometimes if you end up at a Starbucks and you can't get that power plug, it's just next to the pretty girl that's next to you, then chances are you might need to have that little bit more wire to kind of take her power adapter or her power point that's located near her. Cool. So we've got all this covered, and you've got the power brick covered. Let's clear the table and get straight into the laptop. Then, now we've cleared the table very nicely, we can see what's inside. And of course, as expected, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that presentation. Once again, it looks exactly the way you expect it. If you guys watched our previous ZenBook Pro Duo, it's the exact same thing. It rises almost exactly like how the Ergo Lift did for the ScreenPad Plus. Now that we have all of these little details that have been covered right here, let's pull out the laptop. I really like to see this. You know, ooh, it's not as heavy as I thought. You know, it's pretty light. And then anything else that's in the box, you know, we're going to cover quickly. We're going to get the armrest, so the palm rest that's going to go with it. So it's a nice sturdy palm rest that you can easily bring around, leave it at home. You know, I like the fact that this fits exactly the same colorway, and I kind of like this. It's always been given with all the ZenBooks, so it's definitely must-have. So other than the palm rest, we're also going to have our Asus Pen. So this is pretty important because we'll show you why, basically simple, but of course this one comes with the Asus Pen, and that's about it in the box. So let's clear the table, get into the laptop, and get straight into it. Cool! If you guys have noticed, the color of the ZenBook Pro Duo, quite similar to all its other predecessors. I like the fact that it maintains the same look. It really feels like I really like this look. Like, to be honest, I'm not a person that likes to put stickers on my laptops. I really like to keep it clean and fresh, and kind of have this metallic conical design that the laptop brings. So I think it once again retains that same design look, clear-cut ASUS logo, wordings right there, and then laconical look that just spreads out from the middle. Color, once again, feels like nice, kind of commercial feel that is something that's down anybody's alley. So let's quickly go through the outside I/O ports that we have. So on this side, we have two USB-Cs. So you got a direct USB-C, and nowadays, you guys notice some of your newer products kind of have not just a USB plug-in, you know, that you can go into your track, but actually it might be a USB-C to C nowadays. So it will kind of boost a little bit more power outage or even better connections. And even certain monitors out there also accept USB-C as a means of display. So you can send feed out from a USB-C. So having two of them kind of makes, kind of like changes the game, you know, in the laptop industry, you know, where everybody's all still fixated on more USB slots instead of USB-C slots, A slots instead. So I like the fact that they put two, so you can kind of plug in an SSD, you can plug in other USB-C products that you'll be using. On the other side, you know, you got one HDMI, which is great because you can plug in a second screen or third screen in this case. And of course, you know, you got all the other ports, like you got a little, our favorite 3.5 jack is also included. So in essence, you can actually have up to 4 screens. So 2 is on your laptop, which is the main screen and the ScreenPad Plus. You can have your HDMI out for your third screen and a USB-C that outs to your monitor for your fourth screen. So you got quite a bit of stuff. So when you think about it, you kind of really can have this multitasking thing. You can have one screen looking at your stock market, another screen could be focused on your daily work, on your PowerPoint slides, on your Excel, on your Slack channel. Oh wait, sorry, maybe you can even use one screen for Slack. Nowadays, everybody who's in the working industry should be moving into Slack. You could have also your calendar, all of your Google-based, cloud-based documents on the third screen or fourth screen, and pretty much you're good to go. You know, everything's so nicely spread out that you can actually multitask, do more things with less time. You know, maybe if you have an 8-hour work shift, you could actually do maybe 4 things at the same time in your 8 hours. That could be really productive. So I really like the fact that this is one of those laptops that is really catered to the working class that could do multiple things. So I think you should consider that too. So now that we've covered all the ports, the design, the look, and the functions that you can possibly get out of it, let's open it up and take a look. Oh! Ooh. Sometimes this laptop just takes me away. So once again, the design is really similar to all the other ZenBook Pro Duo that we have seen so far. But once again, this laptop has boasted the Ergo Lift. Now, the very first iteration of the ZenBook Pro Duo back in like a few years ago didn't have this Ergo Lift, but now that this Ergo Lift is implemented, it makes the angle of the ScreenPad Plus really convenient. And I like the fact that right now with this angle, it's just perfect for anybody who is using the laptop on the go. You know, especially if you're not using it for multiple screens, but as it is right now as a unit, you know, the screen is at a perfect angle for you to see. And previously you needed to bend over just to take a little bit look. Now that it's perfectly in this spot, don't really need to bend your neck. It actually brings its screen closer to you, which I love it. Currently I love it. Generally the keypads are great. You know, you get a lot of bezel, very little bezel on it, and get a lot of screen. So the keyword is more screen, less bezel. So, which is great because you don't really see any of the bezel on the sides on the main screen. You hardly see any bezels coming out from the ScreenPad Plus. Generally, you get a whole lot of screen from both screens that you have. And that's why it's called the ZenBook Pro Duo. The Duo because you get 2 screens. So it really makes sense, especially if you are somebody who, let's say for example, if you love to play certain games like Teamfight Tactics. You know, I've played Teamfight Tactics on this fella, and it worked. And you kind of put like your recipes on the side, or you could be playing games that require you to have a reference that you could put on the bottom screen. So I really like the fact that it can be used for both gaming and also productivity. Because really having a second screen, for example, even data entry or doing like summary reports for myself, you know, having 2 screens is a bare necessity because having one screen that will show you all the data and the other screen to show you where you're going to be working on works to me. So ScreenPad, everything all the same, looks really familiar. Let's turn it on and take a look. Oh, wow. Quick loading. So quickly describe the monitors that we have right here. So on top, we have a 4K OLED. So remember guys, it's not IPS, it's not the other version that I can't remember the name right now off the top of my head, but it's an OLED screen, which is great. It's going to get beautiful, crisp color. You also have the bottom, our ScreenPad Plus. So I need to kind of activate the laptop. Ooh, there we go. And you got the bottom, the ScreenPad Plus, which you can see the vibrancy of it. And if you guys have already seen some of our old videos and also seen a lot of the YouTube channels on ASUS's Facebook or YouTube, you have noticed that there's also a lot of instructional videos on how you can fully utilize your ScreenPad Plus. There are a lot of functions that comes with it. You can put up to 3 screens, you can put 2 screens, you can even have settings inside your ScreenPad Plus in order to come up all your saved programs that you've been planning for. You can even work your Adobe or your After Effects and have either maybe your runtime, you know, all your data here, or you can even have all your effects in the bottom, and the main screen is all about the visuals itself. You got a lot of options and a lot of ideas, and on top of it, ASUS have always been working and improving the ScreenPad Plus to the point that right now there's great integration with almost all of the, or I could say, you can easily say all of Adobe Suite's programs that you've been using, you know, be it like Illustrator or maybe Photoshop, After Effects, or even Premiere Pro. Everything has been kind of integrated, and even if you check out Adobe, there's also options for you to integrate the kind of dual screen where you put all your effects, or you can put your timeline that's in the bottom. Really, in all essence, I just can't say too much more, but to let you guys know more about how much usefulness this second screen is, especially when the updates are in, the programming is done right, the coding is done right to get this ScreenPad to work the way it should be. And it is exactly the way it is supposed to function. It's great that ASUS have made this huge amount of technological jumps into integrating so many programs with the ScreenPad Plus. So really highly recommend it if you guys are huge into Adobe programs and suites, because this is going to be your one in like everything. It's an all-in-one kind of suite that has double screen. You know, sometimes you just need to be on the go to edit. Maybe you're a wedding photographer or videographer and you want to edit on the fly. This fella can actually do it. So now that we've covered everything about the laptop, let's get into the specifications. So this laptop is a 10th gen i9 Intel CPU in here, which is great because it's really current already. Not to mention the fact that in here boasts a beautiful GPU of a RTX 3070. So you got a 30 series card, you've got a 10 series CPU. I think that's pretty much quite current. Not to mention the fact that you have 64 GBs of RAM, which gives it a lot of processing and multitasking ability out of it. You have a 1 TB PCIe NVMe SSD in here, which gives you quite the reason why this laptop loads really quickly. And lastly, of course, you know, you have a top 4K 15.6-inch OLED display that's also a touchscreen that I think I can do. Ooh. Ooh. And of course, the bottom is a 4K screen IPS. So you got both touchscreen that actually gives you a lot of functionality in terms of that. So looking forward to knowing more about the product. If you can, head on down to the ASUS Experience Store in Bugis Junction Level 3. They might have a demo unit while stocks last. Now, in conclusion, what do I think about it? I really think the specifications are great. The improvements of the laptop has always been in leapfolds. The integration of ScreenPad Plus, and also with so many of the Adobe programs and also other programs that you could be using, maybe AutoCAD and whatnot, can easily be integrated into the ScreenPad Plus. And I love the fact that having 2 screens on a single laptop really helps. Lastly, the screen is also OLED. In the bottom is an IPS screen. Beautiful. They've got like very little bezel, and of course the color accuracy for OLED screen has been known to be really good. So I think for those who are huge into Photoshop, this might be the one laptop you would ever need. So all in all, you know, thank you so much for catching the show. If you guys want to let us know about what kind of programs that you think will work well with the ZenBook Pro Duo, let us know in the comment section below. We'll be more than happy to hear about it. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and share. It'll get people to check it out. And lastly, of course, if you guys want to see the demo, you can always pop by to the ASUS Experience Store located here at Bugis Junction Level 3. Of course, don't forget opening hours. Do check on the Facebook pages and also Google their opening hours so that you come at the opportune time. So, see you guys on the next video.